say out of all the projects I'm doing right now, this one is probably one of my favorites, and I don't know why, because perfume for me is such hit and miss. It's like either I love it, I don't, or it makes me sick. Like, it's usually the kind of range that I fall in, and I think maybe it's because I'm starting to find fragrances that kind of fall into the middle of that. Like, I might not like them, but they don't make me sick, so it's like, I feel such a weird intro, but I feel like it's opening my eyes to different types of fragrances, and I can appreciate that. So this has to be one of my favorite ones, and I actually have really good progress. I've done great that last month, I've done great this month, and I feel like I'm gonna do great the next couple of months, and I kind of want to keep rolling this project until I'm out of fragrance samples. So who knows? We'll see. January is when this project ends, so we'll make that decision when January comes, but we got 4 samples to talk about and then a bunch of new samples to kind of dive into. So the first one that I used up was the Jo Malone Velvet Rose and Oud. So I'll read you quickly what it says. It says darkest, wow, that ended fast. Darkest damask rose. I'm not sure what that means. Rich and textural. For a fragrance? Okay. Is wrapped with smoky oud wood and spiked with clove and decadent praline for a magnetic experience. That was the most choppy reading of a description, I know. I wanted to start with this one because I have no idea what the fuck to say about this. Usually I can explain fragrances in a very, I like to think of it as a dumbed down sort of version. I find my way of describing things is not the best, let's put it that way, and I have no idea what to say about this. So for one, velvet, or the Velvet Rose, I can definitely see a more smooth kind of rose scent to it, and after that I have no idea what to say afterwards. So I'm not sure if any of you know what oud is. I sure as hell didn't. So I went looking and I got this off the internet, so take it with a grain of salt, but it seems like the conclusion that I could come to is oud is found in a specific type of tree. But essentially what happens is that when this tree starts to die, it can, or sometimes it doesn't, produce an oil, and that oil is oud. And that's what makes it so rare and like exotic, is because you only have one specific tree. I think they said it was grown in Japan. That I'm going out on a limb. That's what I think I remember reading. But you only have this small population of trees, and when they die, a small population of those dying trees will produce oud. So essentially you could think of it as dying tree tears. So it's like Jo Malone, Velvet Rose, and dying tree tears. Saying that sounds very morbid, but that's what it said it was. So apparently it's the oil secreted from a small population of this dying tree. Now, what is that supposed to smell like on its own? I have not the slightest clue. Hopefully it's not as sad and depressing as the story of where it comes from. But yeah, that's that. All I have to say about this fragrance is it makes me sick. And not with this, okay, coming off of that story, that sounded bad. The floral aspect of this fragrance makes me sick, so I can't wear it. But if I were to spray it on a piece of paper and smell it, I definitely think it smells interesting. Most of the time that I've ever smelled oud, it's always been paired with something spicy. So I have to say, if you're around a Jo Malone booth, smell it, because then you'll quite understand the whole, I have no idea how to describe this. It's definitely different, it's definitely interesting. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work with me. Unfortunately, I can't wear it because it gives me headaches and it makes me sick. There we go. So that's that one. Next, we had the Histories de Parfum Ombre 114. This one has a long thing. Oh god. Ombre 114 is a warm oriental tribute to the natural sensuality of amber. This raw material has evolved from one of the preliminary forms of perfumery into one of the most commonly used ingredients in fragrances worldwide. The award-winning fragrance is composed of 114 ingredients. Let's see, Ombre 114, I get it now. All centered around and enhanced by amber. That's probably why I was drawn to this, because I love amber. It includes notes of thyme, nutmeg, rose, geranium, patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, amber, vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, and musk. Thank God they didn't list all of them because we'd be here forever. All I can say about this one is I did enjoy it at first. I definitely got that amber initially, and then as it kind of like started to wear away, I guess you could say, I started getting notes of the other things in there, and unfortunately that's where things went downhill for me and it started making me nauseous. So I definitely started pulling more floral notes from it, and that's usually what sets me off. So at first, loved it, but I don't like the underlying ingredients on it. I will say by the time that it kind of wore away the most, where you just kind of get like that hint of it still on your skin, it was super sweet. So it went from amber to floral to just like pure sugar. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, it smelled like cinnamon or it smelled like vanilla. It was just like, it just smelled sweet, like sickly sweet. Next, we have Nest, and sadly, it doesn't get any better with this one. I reviewed some other Nest perfumes in the Who, When, What, and Where project pan just the other day, and there was 2 fragrances in there that I absolutely love. So if you want more of a positive review, I'd say go to that video. But this one is a Moroccan tea, cashmere wood, and black cardamom, enhanced with hints of wild fig and bergamot. These notes combine to create a captivating fragrance that transitions well from day to night. Now, when I first smelled this one, I don't know, I got amber from it. Apparently there's no amber in there. But I liked the smell of it initially. Initially, it was something I was drawn to. It kind of does have like that spiciness that I like, but a little of that soft, smoothing kind of-ness to it. So it's not overly spicy, and I can see how it says like wears well from day to night. Like, it definitely does have that nice softness to it while still being spicy. I can say I didn't get Moroccan tea, I didn't get cashmere wood, I didn't get black cardamom, I didn't get fig, and I didn't get bergamot, which is everything it says is in here. What I will say about this one though is this one started to wear away as well, and I did get also subtle hints of floral, but it also went super sweet on my skin, kind of like the last one, but not as extreme. So it definitely was something that I was questioning, like, does my head feel funny? Do I feel kind of off? Like, it was very borderline for me. Like, it didn't make me sick like the other one, but I can't say it didn't make me sick. Like, it was just hovering that uncomfortable line. So wanted to love this one, but unfortunately it didn't work well for me. Unfortunately, we're ending this on a bad note. We do have some progress on Ponche, so we will uplift our spirits a little bit, but first we got to get through this. This was the one that was titled Hermes L'Ombre, and the name is longer than that. So it's Hermes L'Ombre des Morvilles. For a Canadian, my French is horrible, I know. But the description of this one is as such. A new variation of the original olfactory theme, L'Ombre des Morvilles is an eau de parfum, a concentrate that is mysterious and marvelous, warm and sensual in one. I'm thinking it's supposed to say sensual all in one. A supply and generous woody amber interpretation, an olfactory color, and a sensuous texture for an enveloping sensuality that becomes one with the skin. So 100% got the amber in this initially. And then it's talking that there are apparently generous woody elements to this as well. I can't say I got that. This was another one that went sweet on my skin afterwards, but not to the extent of the other ones. This one I would have to say is probably my favorite ones out of all the ones I've tried this time. But again, I don't know, maybe I need my ambers paired with something, but yeah, this one went sweet as well. I didn't get any florals from this one, which is good because it doesn't say there's florals in this one, but I definitely didn't get any woody aspects to it either. No. No. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with my olfactory system. I don't know. That'll just be another thing to add to the list. But anyways, that's that. Not a fan of that one, but it was my favorite out of the 4. So hopefully this next month we have some better fragrances, but I don't know, I like trying a bunch of different amber ones. Amber is one of my favorite scents, but like I said, maybe I just need it paired with something specific. Maybe it's not just amber I like, it's amber with something. We're getting there eventually. But like I said, I did have progress on Ponche, so as you can see, we made, I would say that's kind of, what's the word, consistent for the progress that I'm making there. So that's good. I'm not going to talk too much about that one because that one's actually in a different project pan, but we made progress on it, so I wanted to share it. And then I got my bag of fragrance samples here, and how many do I have left? Oh, I got quite a bit. Yeah, we got quite a bit. So shake it up a little bit. Pull out a handful. Literally pulled out a handful. All right, what do we got? Terry Mugler's Aura. I don't know if you haven't seen the bottle of that one, I'll try and insert a picture. Actually, I will insert a picture. It's really pretty. Somebody told me, at first I was like, oh, a green heart. It gave me like alien vibes, but then apparently it has to do with the heart chakra. I can't remember what she said. Something okay, the shape of it is because it's the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is green. So that's what she said she thought the whole packaging was. But I don't know, it's pretty and I really do like it. Next we have the, oh, this one's worn away pretty good. This is the YSL Black Opium Nuit Blanc edition. I think I like this one from what I remember, but I know there's floral aspects of it. So when I say I like them, it's because I sprayed them on a strip at work and then I smelled them. And they always wear different on you. Oh, I'm getting excited. We have Atelier Ombre Nuit. It's N-U-E, Nuit. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but ombre, so that's exciting. And then this is actually one of my favorite scents. I have a shelf in my cupboard in the bathroom of my favorite fragrances, and the full-size version of this is in there. So, yay! This is Serge Lutens Ombre Sultan. This probably is my favorite amber fragrance of all time. So if you're kind of like, oh, I wonder what she likes when it comes to amber, this is hands down it. I could bathe in this. Actually, no, because that would be strong and bad, but you get the idea. That's my favorite one. So these are my fragrances for the next month, followed by my Ponche for my backup, and hopefully we have just as good progress, but hopefully I have a little bit more positive of a review for you on the fragrances next month. And if you smelled that Jo Malone one, try and describe it in the comments down below, because I'm really curious how somebody else would describe it, because like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I get the smooth rose and then you lose me at the dying tree tears. So yeah, that's my update for today. I love you guys. Hope you're doing good, and I will see you in a couple days for a mental health update. Bye guys.